West Valley City Council meeting. Note that Mayor Bigelow is absent, so I, Steve Vincent, will serve as the chair tonight. We have approval of the minutes for, well, first off, we have a roll call, and I'd like to say everybody's here but the mayor, and we have an opening ceremony by Councilman Beulah.
Thank you. I'd like to invite everybody to stand and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Any special recognitions? I don't see any scouts. I know we have a couple of students here that are working on a student project, so we welcome you here. We have approval of the minutes of June 6th.
Move for approval of said minutes.
Second.
Have a motion in 2 seconds. Any discussion to the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have our comment period. This is a time where we allow residents to come and talk to us and share their thoughts that they have. It's not a time where we have a conversation back and forth. We just get to listen to you. And then if we need to direct staff members to help you, then we can do that. We've had at least one sign up earlier and maybe one just recently. So we'll go ahead and have Mr. Nickel come up and
Paul C. Nichols, 5329 West, 4100 South. I go up to Smith's to get the paper every morning, and the people coming down 56 Upper got run over this morning. No lights. Every morning it's the same thing. Half of them don't have any lights coming down that hill at 100 miles an hour. So, same way on 41st. It's bumper to bumper from 5 o'clock till about 8:30. And it all going, and don't say it's 41 miles an hour, because it's sure the hell ain't. So, thank you.
thank you. And then we have Judy Weeks.
I'm here tonight, Judy Weeks, Broner, 3762 South, 3600 West. And I'm here tonight on behalf of American Preparatory Academy. And I want to thank the West Valley Police Department and the West Valley Fire Department for their amazing support of Lights Off at the academy that we had. Phenomenal, phenomenal. I can't even explain everything they did and the positive response that not only the students, but the parents and faculty. Thank you very much for the police department and the fire department.
Thank you, Judy. Is there anybody else here that didn't sign up that would like to take an opportunity? Okay, we'll see if the city manager has anything.
No comments tonight, thanks, sir.
Anybody on the council have anything tonight? All right, we'll go to our first item on the agenda, which is item 7, which is a public hearing. This public hearing is in regards to some property out on the northwest corner of the city, and we'll turn the time over to Mr. Pyle to lead us in that discussion.
Thank you, sir. So, yes, tonight's public hearing concerns a proposed zone change. This would be at 7079 and 7091 West Gates Avenue. And the proposal is to rezone this property from agricultural to manufacturing. The two parcels that are at the address, as I mentioned, are 0.88 acres. And the council discussed this in the study meeting last week as to what the proposed uses would be. And so with that, sir, I'll turn the time back over to you.
Thank you. Normally, I would like to have that up on the video screen so the public can see it when we have a public hearing. So I don't know if that's available.
We'll see if we can get that up while any comment maybe comes.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure this might happen before open and close before that happens. Anybody here to speak on this potential rezone? Okay, seeing none, I'll bring it back, we'll close the public hearing, and Jake, it's probably not necessary. Seems that it doesn't have a comment, so, thank you. So we'll bring it up to the council for any discussion or motion.
I would move for approval of ordinance 17-23.
We have a motion,
Second.
motion and second, any discussion to the,
Just to note that although this is being zone manufacturing, there were some concerns expressed by residents, and with the development agreement, if I'm taking it the right one, this severely restricts the uses that could be part of this new zone, to where it's really more like a light industrial zone, but then there were some reasons not to make it a light industrial zone. One being that it wasn't asked for. And there's a page and a half of prohibited uses that would normally be allowed in a manufacturing zone that are prohibited for this parcel if we approve the rezone and the development agreement.
yeah, and I believe part of that development agreement, which is one of the items on the agenda, talks about some screening with some walls and those types of things, so. So we have a motion and a second, so with that, we'll turn to the city recorder for a vote.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, with that, we have a resolution for a development agreement on this property. It goes to what Councilman Bueller was talking about, some restrictions, so do we have a motion on?
Move for approval of resolution 17-83.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Anybody want to have a discussion to this resolution? Seeing none, we'll turn to the recorder for a vote.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We have 5 resolutions on the agenda next. The first one is an agreement between the city and Larson and Larson Nash and Larson attorneys for indigent service. I'll turn some time over to Mr. Lyle.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so as you mentioned, this is the law firm with which we have held and contract for indigent defense services for a number of years. They've been very good and very cost-effective and very proactive at providing those services on behalf of those who need them. So we are recommending a new 5-year agreement with them. I will note that changes that have happened, not between the city and the contractor or the services provided specifically, but certainly in environment has led us to further consideration of how to provide those services. We've entered into lengthy discussions with the provider, Bruce Larson mainly, into how to provide those services in a way that do address some Sixth Amendment concerns that have been brought up recently. I know the council has showed great interest in protection of citizens' rights, and also that we're providing those services in a good and an effective way. We believe this contract will accomplish that, and so we recommend its approval.
Thank you. Any discussion to this resolution or a motion?
I move for approval of resolution 17-84.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. We'll turn to the recorder for a vote.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
The next resolution is a memorandum of understanding between West Valley City and Salt Lake City to participate and collaborate in efforts to in some domestic violence order protection. So I'll turn time over to Mr. File for that.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so Salt Lake City is administering and running this grant, but they have invited us to participate with them. And so this MOU would allow us to do that. It funds staff time mostly and defines how those staff shifts would be both run and caps a dollar amount per hour and per shift, all that sort of thing. But as you had mentioned, sir, the main purpose of this is to work with and on behalf of domestic violence victims in those cases.
Thank you. Any discussion or motion?
Move for approval of resolution 17-85.
Second. Have a motion and a second. I'll turn to the city recorder for a vote.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Item C on the resolutions is a contract with Broken Arrow Construction to do a roof replacement at the fitness center. Is there any need to have any description other than that, Mr.
No,
Fowler?
probably not, sir.
Okay.
That's pretty much just as it appears.
This was the lowest responsible bidder, and so, and the city's had some history with them and are comfortable with working with them. So with that, is there any discussion or a motion?
I move for approval, resolution 17-86.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Turn to the city recorder for a vote.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Item D on the agenda is, again, is a contract with the city and paving company to do some asphalt treatment projects in the city. Again, this is the lowest responsible bidder. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Pyle?
Only just maybe the size of this is 226,000 square yards, so that is enough to cover a certain percentage of the road surface of the city.
Thank you. Any discussion or a motion?
Move for approval of resolution 17-87.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion to those motions? We'll turn to the city recorder for a vote.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
we all like potholes gone. The last resolution is another contract for some more paving and chip seal throughout the city. Is there anything you'd like to add, Mr. Pyle?
No, other than just, this one covers 126,000 square yards. It's a little bit more stronger treatment, provides a better surface, and is spec specifically to certain condition roads.
Okay, any discussion or motion?
Move for approval of resolution 17-88.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We'll turn to the city recorder for a vote.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We have one item on the consent agenda. Is there somebody who would like to take care of that?
Move for approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is a right-of-way agreement with the city, so we'll go ahead for a vote on that.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Vincent.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Is there any need for an executive session tonight?
No, sir.
We have one more motion that needs to be made.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.